Welcome to DD Garden TV. We encounter many diseases during the production of vegetables, but when we do not diagnose these diseases correctly, because we make some mistakes towards their treatment, the chances of failure increase. The more unnecessary it is to make a fungicide for a bacterial disease, the more unnecessary it may be to try to treat a viral disease naturally. Tomatoes, in particular, are more prone to fungal diseases than seedlings of other vegetables. So, let's try to keep tomatoes as far away from fungal diseases as possible. Once infected, it may not be so easy to fight it naturally during the season. We tried to explain in detail the productions and applications of some preparations that you can use in the canal, especially against fungal diseases. The horsetail preparation, for example, seems to be one of the best fungicides you can use, because it is very effective against pathogenic fungi. But if you apply it to your plants every 15 days from the beginning of the season, long before the disease occurs, you will prevent the disease from occurring. However, if you apply aspirin water, which will help you to raise the immune system of your plants, on your plants every 15 days, you will get more resistant nets against diseases. There are two major fungal diseases that kill our tomatoes. One is early blight, one is late blight. Don't be fooled by name similarities. The pathogens of the two are separate, their symptoms are separate, and their devastating effects can be quite different. For example, in early blight you cannot lose seedlings. As the name suggests, a little earlier in the season, when this disease begins to occur during periods when the plant is strong, the strength to resist it may be higher, but late blight can completely kill the seedling. In early blight, these fruits can be eaten if the disease has occurred only on the leaves, but I would not recommend consuming tomatoes with late blight. For both, we can say that do not take seeds from tomatoes that have suffered such blight. Try to get the seeds from healthy plants, because the fungi that make up these diseases will be carried over to next year along with the seeds. The fungi that make up these diseases are necessarily present in your soil, but they can splash on the plant due to the mistakes you make. For example, be very careful when watering, try not to splash water on the leaves, prune the lower leaves, stay as high as possible from the soil. Since pull tomatoes are more prone to these diseases, try to suspend them as much as possible, but try to create suspension systems as soon as you plant your plant, not after the plant has grown. In fact, it is very easy to diagnose early blight. As you can see in the photos, it forms some characteristic spots. When these spots begin to form diseases, they continue from the bottom of the seedling upwards. Do not confuse these spots with other diseases. For example, such formations on the leaf formed by the bacterial leaf spot are very different. There are also spots on the leaf caused by saprophytic fungi that actually have no problems and problems. When they somehow grow too much on the leaf, they form some spot-shaped spots. You should neither take medication on them, nor take any precautions. So to make a long story short, what I'm trying to say is that different spots on the leaf are made up of different fungi and bacteria. If you do not diagnose it correctly, you will not have a chance of success in any product you can apply. The precautions you can take for early blight are actually simple. We have already said that we will prune the leaves at the bottom, we will carry out watering very carefully, we will prevent the splashing of soil on the leaves, and if in the watering water you have not put any additives such as lactic acid, nettle or horsetail, chamomile tea, do not water from the top. Because the development of such fungi is much faster in a humid environment, it is a big mistake to irrigate without using any products to prevent any fungus from the top. You can use it in some products containing basillus subtilis and trichoderma. These are microorganisms that will seriously fight fungi. See you in another videos. We wish everyone beautiful gardens.